I'm going to talk about Tank Davis right quick. I've seen some videos out there on Tank Davis, but I just read the title. I didn't really click on him or anything. And, people are getting into Tank Davis' ass for that performance he did against Gamboa. And even though he may have won every round or whatever, what some people don't understand is what people are talking about. And what I mean by that is some people are just wrapped up in the emotional part. The true boxing fans, I understand what they're talking about when they're judging Gervonta Tank Davis, but most people would take it as hate because he was still in the lead on points, and he was still winning the fight. At no point was Gamboa ahead. So why y'all hating on him, whatnot, and this, that, and the third? Well, I think that's because the people who are observing are saying that these are real boxing fans. And the reason why they saying he had a shitty performance is because once you're going up against an opponent that old, that far gone, and that's right for the picking, and you have problems with him like you did, they're going to stampede on your performance, whether you was ahead the entire fight or not, because to them, that's not supposed to happen to a younger, in prime, stronger, hungrier fighter. That's not supposed to happen. A lot of stuff that happened in that ring with Gervonta Davis was not supposed to happen. He took punches that he was not supposed to take. He got fatigued when he was not supposed to get fatigued. That's what people are talking about. It doesn't matter if he was up on every scorecard. The point is, you shouldn't have had a performance like that against an opponent like that far out of their prime, and that depleted and that much of a shell of themselves. Truthfully, Gervonta Tank Davis should have knocked out Gamboa within 4 rounds. That's the truth. Within 4 rounds. Now, on the flip side, when we go talking about Gervonta Davis, at the same time, there's some people that's taking his performance that's not being, stellar. They're taking it too far. You know what I'm saying? Listen, at no point in time is Gervonta Tank Davis a hype job. Okay? Gervonta Tank Davis is not no hype job. I'll be talking to people about Gervonta Tank Davis, and, I agree with a lot that people say, but when people come up to me and people write me and say, yeah, he's a hype job, that's not true. Stop saying that. It's not true. The kid is not a hype job. The kid is undisciplined. Look at Gervonta Davis like a Mike Tyson after he lost Customato. You know what I'm saying? He never had a Customato, but look at it like that. Okay. Mike Tyson without a Customato probably wouldn't have been nowhere near what he is right now. Tank Davis needs to find somebody that he respects and looks up to and respect the authority, because his coach is not it. There's nobody in his camp that can check Gervonta Tank Davis. That's the problem. How do you come up a weight class and still miss weight? And what is this like? Honestly, what is this like the 4th time this kid didn't miss weight? For real. It's like a 4th or 3rd time this kid didn't miss weight. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 5. You know what I'm saying? He didn't miss weight quite a few times, and it missed weight twice in one day. So it's his lack of discipline. If he had the discipline, and if he had somebody that could steer him in the right direction that he would take heed to, Gervonta Tank Davis is a hell of a talent. You know what I'm saying? When you look at him, that's no hype job material. That's raw talent you got right there. But uncontrolled raw talent, undisciplined raw talent. The kid is talented. He's just, if you ask me, on the wrong side of the street, meaning the PBC aura is flashy and do less work as possible and get paid the highest money for fighting low quality opponents, and he got he may have a good trainer, but he don't have the trainer that he respects the authority. Can't nobody tell him nothing. But the reason why people bash Gervonta Tank Davis for that performance, because he should have floored Gamboa, regardless of if he won every round. Okay. And people who are taking his performance and running with it and calling him a straight up bum, you're taking it too far. If you're seasoned in the game and boxing, you should be able to tell that Gervonta Davis is not no bum. He really got skill. He really got talent. The problem is he's not developing anymore, and he has bad discipline. Period. It's obvious to see he has bad discipline. But for people to, don't get me wrong, he deserves his equal share of criticism. But at the same time, I think people may be taking it a little bit too far on the kid, man. Get on him because he's undisciplined. He came out of shape, and therefore he put on that performance. It doesn't mean that he's a shitty fighter, because the kid is not a shitty fighter, man. And all those who would want to say, see, the same people that say Gervonta Davis is a shitty fighter and he's a hype job, I guess the majority of you guys are either Gervonta Tank Davis haters because maybe you're pro Lomachenko or you're a Lomachenko fan. You know what I'm saying? So you're saying he's a hype job and he can't fight and he's not this and he's not that. The question I will always return back to you guys is, if he's so much of a hype job, if he's so whack, if he got exposed, then why does this so-called top pound for pound fighter want to fight this bum who's whack, who doesn't fight anybody, who's undisciplined, who has no skill, and just got exposed by Gamboa? Why all of a sudden is that a good opponent you guys want to see Loma fight? And y'all always wanted Loma and Tank to fight, regardless if he was fighting top level opponents or low level opponents, regardless if he was knocking people out or he was getting his chin tatted. You guys don't care if he knocks everybody out, he's still a bum. And then if people start to tag him on the face, he's also a bum again. You can't have it both ways. But the criticism is much deserved. Don't get me wrong, but taking it as far as saying that he has no talent, that's just not true. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sorry, I just can't ride with that, because that's not true about the kid. I guarantee you, if you put him in the right hands, you will see a much better Tank Davis, a more disciplined Tank Davis, and a better fighting Tank Davis. It's a shame because Tank Davis seemed to have stopped wanting to add to his craft. A lot of the PBC fighters seem that they want to stop to add to their craft. You know what I'm saying? It's like they hit this mark of, to me, almost all the PBC fighters are operating on 50%. They don't even reach their highest potential. You know what I'm saying? Earl Spence is nowhere near his highest potential. Deontay Wilder, nowhere near his highest potential. Gervonta Tank Davis, nowhere near his potential. You know what I'm saying? These guys are all cutting it short. You're supposed to keep advancing as you go on. Canelo Alvarez is the perfect example of that. You know what I'm saying? He never stopped adding wrinkles. At some point, these guys just stopped adding wrinkles. But with Gervonta Tank Davis, man, it is what it is. So at the end of the day, I'm going to put it like this. A fighter like Gervonta Tank Davis will get beat by a fighter like Sean Porter every time. You want to know? Because Sean Porter will work you out of that victory. You know what I'm saying? Meaning, Sean Porter, if you don't take every calculated measure, you know what I'm saying, he's going to catch you. Strictly because he's disciplined and he works hard. And that's one of the biggest flaws of Gervonta Tank Davis. Somebody that's disciplined, that works hard, but might not be as talented as Gervonta Tank Davis will beat him because his lack of discipline. But then again, that's just my thoughts on it. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Bruce Van, I'm out.